lesson, we'll learn some core vocabulary. Let's get started. Listen to the following vocabulary words.
Картофель, рис, сорго, соя, специя, сахар, помидор, овощи, пшеница.
In the next few minutes, you will both understand these vocabulary words and be able to speak them yourself. Let's start by taking one at a time. Here's how to say potato. First, just listen.
Картофель, картофель,
Now listen. Then repeat aloud, trying to sound exactly like the speaker.
картофель, картофель,
Say potato.
картофель,
Once again, how do you say potato?
картофель,
Okay. Here's how to say rice. First, just listen to how it sounds.
рис, рис,
Now listen, then repeat. Remember to speak aloud.
рис, рис,
Say rice.
рис,
Now tell me how to say rice.
рис,
Do you remember how to say potato?
картофель,
Once again,
картофель,
okay. Now let's learn how to say sorghum. First, just listen to how it's pronounced.
сорго, сорго,
Now listen, then repeat.
сорго, сорго,
How do you say sorghum?
сорго,
Once again, say sorghum.
сорго,
Do you remember how to say rice?
рис,
Once again,
рис,
okay. Here's how to say soybean. Listen and repeat.
соя, соя,
Say soybean.
соя,
Now listen carefully for every nuance.
соя, соя, соя,
Once again, say soybean.
соя,
Do you recall how to say sorghum?
сорго,
Once again,
сорго,
do you remember how to say potato?
картофель,
Once again,
картофель,
okay. Here's how to say spices. First, just listen to the pronunciation.
специя, специя,
Now listen, then repeat.
специя, специя,
Say spices.
специя,
How do you say spices?
специя,
Do you remember how to say soybean?
соя,
Once again,
соя,
Okay. Listen how to say sugar.
сахар, сахар,
Now listen and repeat aloud.
сахар, сахар,
How do you say sugar?
сахар,
Listen carefully for every nuance.
сахар, сахар, сахар,
Now pronounce sugar.
сахар,
Once again, say sugar.
сахар,
Do you remember how to say spices?
специя,
Once again,
специя,
do you remember how to say rice?
рис,
Once again,
рис,
okay. Here's how to say tomato. First, just listen.
помидор, помидор,
Now listen and repeat.
помидор, помидор,
Say tomato.
помидор,
Once again, say tomato.
помидор,
Can you remember how to say sugar?
сахар,
Once again,
сахар,
okay. Here's how to say vegetables. First, just listen.
овощи, овощи,
Now listen and repeat.
овощи, овощи,
How do you say vegetables?
овощи,
Now listen carefully for every nuance.
овощи, овощи, овощи,
Now say vegetables.
овощи,
Do you remember how to say tomato?
помидор,
Once again,
помидор,
do you recall how to say sorghum?
сорго,
Once again,
сорго,
okay. Listen how to say wheat.
пшеница, пшеница,
Now listen and repeat aloud.
пшеница, пшеница,
How do you say wheat?
пшеница,
Listen carefully to the pronunciation.
пшеница, пшеница, пшеница,
Now say wheat.
пшеница,
Once again, say wheat.
пшеница,
Do you remember how to say vegetables?
овощи,
Once again,
овощи,
do you recall how to say wheat?
пшеница,
One more time.
пшеница,
Do you remember how to say soybean?
соя,
Once again.
Соя.
Do you remember how to say spices?
Специя.
Once again.
Специя.
Can you remember how to say sugar?
Сахар.
Once again.
Сахар.
Do you remember how to say tomato?
Помидор.
Once again.
Помидор.
Do you remember how to say vegetables?
Овощи.
Once again.
Овощи.
Do you recall how to say wheat?
Пшеница.
One more time.
Пшеница.
Okay, let's review what you've learned in this lesson. Sit back and just listen to the individual words again.
Картофель. Рис. Сорго. Соя. Специя. Сахар. Помидор. Овощи. Пшеница.
Now let's do a final exercise to further reinforce the meanings and the pronunciations. How do you say potato?
Картофель.
Say it again.
Картофель.
How do you say rice?
Рис.
Once again, say rice.
Рис.
Do you remember how to say sorghum?
Сорго.
Repeat.
Сорго.
How about soybean? How do you say that?
Соя.
Repeat.
Соя.
How do you say spices?
Специя.
Once again.
Специя.
Do you remember how to say sugar?
Сахар.
Say it once again.
Сахар.
Now try to say tomato.
Помидор.
Once again.
Помидор.
How do you say vegetables?
Овощи.
And repeat.
Овощи.
Do you recall how to say wheat?
Пшеница.
And repeat.
Пшеница.
Good job!